Hello students, so in this video I'm going to talk through the process of what to do if you miss a class. Now if you miss a class, whether your Wi-Fi is down or you aren't able to log on or you're just absent that day, that's okay. This is what you should do to get caught up. So here are the steps, and in this video I'm going to go through each of these steps. So the first step, as always, just like when we start class, is to log on to Schoology and go to your course page. So here is Period 1 Chemistry's course page. If you notice, all of our work, all of our materials are sorted into folders that correspond with every week. So if you know the date that you were absent, you can look here, you can see which week was that. So if you were gone last Thursday, then you were probably gone during Chemistry Week 4. So whatever class you're missing, open up that folder by clicking this little arrow here, and you'll see everything that we've uploaded. So I'm going to show you, if you happen to miss Week 4 Tuesday, what you should do. So you could go through here, and the first thing you want to do is you want to open up the slideshow. So the slideshow is obviously what we go through during class, and you are to read through the slideshow. So you go slide by slide, that's as close as it's going to get to being in class with us. So you can see here our first slide is the Do Now slide. Now whenever you see this icon here where it says go to your virtual science notebook, you should go to your virtual science notebook and do the activity. So again, if you need to open your virtual science notebook, it's always the first link in our materials. So let's pretend that this is your notebook here, okay? So as you go through the slides, you're like, okay, I gotta do now on page 23, let's do it. Go down to page 23, work on that do now, okay? Let's say you finished that do now. What you wanna do is you wanna submit the work, and so you want to use the form that is on our Schoology page on how to submit an assignment from your virtual notebook. In another video, I show you how to use this form, but basically you click it, highlight the URL, you're going to paste it in this form, and then you're going to fill out the rest of this form and then hit submit, and then I will grade your assignment, especially because I'm not going to go back and check if you've redone all your work. If you want your work graded, you have to use this form. Okay? Let's continue on. You finish your do now. Go back to the slides. We talked a little bit about what is a chemical, and then you read through all the notes, and then here's our agenda, and you just keep going through the slides. And on most of the slides, I write out what I would have said, so hopefully you can get an idea of what we talked about. So we just keep going through the slides. Make sure you read carefully. Look at all the pictures. What am I trying to say? All right, here are the ingredients to a reaction. Here's the end result. Okay, I see the icon again. It says page 12 vocabulary, record new key terms. So I have to pause, go to my virtual notebook on page 12, and add these vocabulary words into my notebook. Okay, so let's say you finish that, and you keep going. All right, so you keep reading. More words to add to the vocabulary. Keep reading, there's a brain break. And then here is an activity we did in class on page 24. So you're supposed to rewrite the combustion chemical reaction as a chemical equation. And we just learned about that on the previous slide. So you go back into your notebook and you see, oh, page 24, here is the activity we did in class that day, number 1, 2, and 3. It corresponds with number 1, 2, and 3. So that's pretty much how you get through a class that you've missed. And then, of course, at the end of every class, I always post a checklist if it's unsure what you're responsible for. Okay? Another thing that's helpful is at the end of the week, I also just post a checklist. So if you open, like, for example, the week 4 checklist, these are all the activities we did in class. And if you could get through all of this, I know it sounds like a lot, but this is what we do in class. If you get through all of this, you will not be behind. Okay? And then last but not least, if you've done all these activities and you've submitted the assignment, or you're open up your slideshow and you just have a question on how to do an assignment, the final step, of course, is if you ever have any questions, please contact me. You know how to contact me, and if you don't, again, everything's on our Schoology page. You go back to our class page, and there's a button up here that says Contact Miss TIEU, and if you click that, you'll see all the ways you can contact me. Email, Instagram, Remind, all of that. Okay? So hopefully this outlines what you are responsible for if you miss a class.